So I hadn't planned on doing a video this evening. I was actually doing some self-work this evening. So my technical team is not here, so hopefully it'll go better. But I just wanted to put up some exercises for my ladies who are pregnant. Now these are, say from 12 weeks on, all my ladies are 12 weeks on. But before I actually wanted to do the exercise, I just wanted to talk one or two things about pregnancy and how you find your posture in pregnancy. There's 3 points that are quite important for us when we're standing, and I go through this with you in class, where you want that straight line from the ear, shoulder, hip and ankle. And what tends to happen is when we are pregnant, we tend to go into that overarch because of the weight that's being dragged, pulling us down. Now, what we still want to do is we want to keep those dots of the shoulder, the hip and the ankle still fairly straight. And a good way for you to do that is if you just bring your hands underneath your bump, just between that pubic bone and that belly button. And often in pregnancy, you can kind of engage with your core more because you can feel or even see. I find when I'm working with pregnancy, I can visibly see them activating their core. Often what we say is like hugging your baby. So you want to just really draw yourself up. And once you do that, it's almost like you're drawing your pubic bone in slightly. See how I'm slightly shifting back, so I'm not having that arch. This will make walking and the like much more comfortable, and it'll also mean that you're not kind of waddling. It'll keep you that little bit straighter up, and that's where you really want to try and find as much strength, and that's also working across the core. Another thing that you might find is that when you're pregnant is you're using your arms to get up. So say you find yourself in this position and you kind of go, oh, I need to push myself up like that. That can put a lot of strain on your shoulders and around that mid area. So what I would say is you have strong legs, you're carrying a lot of weight, inch yourself forward so that you're nice and flat on your foot. Have just the feet underneath the knees and hinge forward. Now already I'm preparing to get up, and then as I lift myself up, I want to already be breathing out. I want to kind of breathe out and come back up. Just a third one. Getting into bed and getting out of bed can be incredibly uncomfortable, and turning. I'll do the turn now. This isn't ideal, it's my reformer, but I'll just give you a little bit of a go. Now, rather than just kind of getting in like this, get in and just bring yourself down on your shoulders. As you start bringing yourself down on your shoulders, lifting your legs. Now I'm missing the bottom part of my bed, so we'll just pretend for the moment. And again, if you want to come up, same thing, you want to start bringing your legs forward first. Use that top hand to push you forward. And then again, I know some people have very high beds, maybe put something underneath. If your feet are hanging, you're going to push yourself up. One last one just on these sort of movements is when you're turning in bed. And a lot of these exercises that I'm going through are also for people who have lower back issues. So please don't think that any exercise is just for one person. A lot of people can get benefit out of the pregnancy exercises. So you find yourself and you're in bed and you might be like this. Now I know you're not supposed to lie on your back, but we're just going to go from one side. So you're lying here and you want to turn. Now what we usually do is we kind of go, oh my God, which is quite difficult. What I would say to you is start turning with your knees first. When you get there, lift your bum and then start turning over to the opposite side. And again, just imagine that you're turning back. Let the knees come first. Lift with your bum and come back around to the opposite side. So just a few more exercises just to give you a little bit of movement. You're going to bring your feet hip distance or a little bit wider. Remember, when you're pregnant, your pelvis is being slightly widened, and you can have your hands on your hips. can leave them down by your side. Now, especially for those restless legs and aches and pains, especially if you're standing up quite a lot, I'm just going to get you to start walking on the spot. Now, as you can see, I'm not going all sexy hips on myself. I'm stretching onto the back of the foot, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. It's very important when you're pregnant that you're always able to speak, that you're not so out of breath that you can't speak. And again, if you want to bring those arms and just stretch, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, for 4 more. Last one. Just come back down, and big, huge shoulder rolls. Nice big circles for 3, for 2, and 1. And again, just nice little squats. Squats are really good to focus you in on that pelvic floor, that core activation. But remember, you don't want to be sticking your bum out. Only go down as far as you feel the need. Now, I've brought this here just in case you want to use something like a sweeping brush, just a little bit of balance, especially if you have any blood pressure problems. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to breathe out, breathe in. Now I'm thinking about my pelvic floor, I'm thinking about my core, my back is nice and straight, and I'm not going down too far, I don't need to. Breathing out, breathing in. I'm going to do 4 more. Breathing out, breathing in. Last one. Breathing out, breathing in. I'm going to come up onto the ball of one foot, but I'm going to make sure that my hips stay nice and level. And I'm going to do that same thing. Breathing out, breathing in. Breathing out, breathing in. 2 more. Last one. Now I'm going to switch over to the opposite side. You can use your stick right in front of you. I'm just keeping it out of everybody's way. I'm keeping my hips nice and level, breathing out, breathing in. Using that pelvic floor, using that core, hugging in my bump. 4 more. I've just realised how pathetic I am at counting. No wonder I get so much abuse in class. Last one. And just come back, drop the feet. Now another good thing is just to shake out those legs nice and loosely. I will be doing foot exercises later on in the week, but I just hadn't come prepared with my camera and everything today and tissues. It's just on the hop that I've come. I'm going to get you to come down on all fours. It's just a few little, nice little exercise for those pregnant ladies. So again, what I want you to do is, I want you to keep your upper body nice and still. You're just going to tuck your pelvis. Bringing the pubic bone in, arching back. You can see that there's no real movement above my thoracic spine. That's my thoracic spine. I'm keeping my shoulders nice and relaxed, and I'm just moving the pelvis. I'm going to go 4 more. This is really nice to just give that little bit of connection there. For 3. For 2. And 1, and I'm going to go to pelvic flicks. So again, I'm not moving my upper body, I'm just reaching down through one sit bone, shortening up, almost cinching my waist. It's not nice lengthening, but I don't want you to start rocking side to side, nor do I want you to start rolling onto the knees. I'm flicking my hip up, coming back. What I usually tell children if I'm teaching them this, imagine that you're a horse and that there's loads of flies around you, and you want to flick with your tail back to center, flick with your tail back to center, breathing out, breathing in, and just curl the head and tailbone up and arch through. Curl the head and tailbone up, arch through. You can do this as many times as you want. And sometimes, if you bring one hand to the side, you can get a nice deeper stretch to that side. Switching to the opposite side. Nice deep stretch. Deep stretch.
Nice and gently coming back and just rolling those shoulders. I will put up a longer antenatal video for my pregnancy ladies. It's just I was here, I was kind of thinking of you, and just to get a few exercises and a few tips to keep you going. Thank you very much. Over and out.